The notification from my banking app lit up my phone screen. Transfer complete, $2,000 sent to Julia G. I stared at it while waiting for my instant ramen to cook in the office microwave, trying to ignore the growl in my stomach. That transfer meant plain noodles for dinner again, but mom and dad needed the money more than I needed takeout. My name is Viviana, and for the past 5 years, I've sent half my paycheck home every month. It started when dad lost his job at the manufacturing plant. I still remember mom's tears during that first desperate call. Mi amor, we don't know what to do, she'd sobbed. The mortgage, your father's medication. I'd promised to help until they got back on their feet. That was 2018. Now it's 2023, and I'm still their ATM. The microwave beeped. As I stirred my sad dinner, my coworker Jessica walked in with a bag of Thai food that made my mouth water. Girl, you're killing it in finance, but eating like a college student, she said, eyeing my cup noodles. Come on, let me treat you to real food. I shook my head. Thanks, but I'm good. Just trying to save money. For what? That promotion's basically yours. You should celebrate. If only she knew. The promotion would mean more money for home, not me. I pulled out my phone, thumbing through Instagram to distract myself. My younger brother Zach's latest post popped up, him grinning beside a shiny Tesla, caption reading, New toy, blessed. My chopsticks froze halfway to my mouth. That car had to cost at least 60 grand. How did he? Viviana! Jessica's voice snapped me back. You okay? You look like you've seen a ghost. Yeah, just. My brother got a new car. Weird timing with my parents struggling so much. Jessica frowned. The ones you send money to every month? Maybe they're doing better than. They're not, I cut her off, perhaps too sharply. Zach probably leased it or something. That weekend, I decided to surprise my parents with a visit. The 2 hour drive from New York to their house in New Jersey gave me too much time to think. I'd canceled my dental work last month to send extra money when mom said their heating bill was overwhelming. The month before that, I'd backed out of my best friend Serena's destination wedding because the flights were too expensive. I pulled up to their familiar 2 story house around noon, noting Dad's old Camry in the driveway. But as I reached for the front door handle, voices drifted through the open kitchen window. And she actually believed we needed money for your father's heart medication. Mom's laugh rang out. Ay, mijijo, you should have seen her face when I cried on the phone. Mom, you're evil, Zach's voice replied, amused. But thanks for the help with the down payment. This car is sick. You deserve it, baby. Your sister makes good money. She can afford to help her family. Did you see her last month? Still wearing that same old coat from college? She's either stupid or just cheap. My hand fell from the door handle. The world tilted sideways as 5 years of sacrifices crashed down around me. Speaking of Vivi, Zach continued, don't tell her about the condo closing next week. She might get suspicious if she knows I'm buying property. Please, Mom scoffed. That girl would believe anything. Remember when your father pretended to be laid off? She started sending money the next day. Antonio didn't even have to try hard. One sad phone call, and she opened her wallet. They were laughing. Actually laughing about deceiving me. My phone buzzed, another bank notification. The transfer I'd made an hour ago had cleared $2,100 of my hard earned money sent to people who were mocking me through an open window. I backed away silently, tears burning my eyes. In my car, I pulled up my banking app with trembling fingers. 5 years of transfers, 60 months of halved paychecks, over $100,000 gone to fund my brother's luxury lifestyle while I ate ramen and delayed medical care. My phone lit up with a text from Mom. Mi amor, did you get my message about the extra utilities this month? We're a little short. I stared at it until the screen went dark, then started my car. The entire drive back to New York, their laughter echoed in my head. But underneath the hurt, something else was building, a cold, precise anger that felt like clarity. They wanted to play games with money? Fine. I'm a financial analyst. Numbers are my language, and I was about to become very, very fluent in the dialect of revenge. You haven't touched your wine in 20 minutes, Serena said, studying me across our tiny apartment kitchen table. And you're doing that thing with your spreadsheets where you look like you're planning a murder. I barely glanced up from my laptop. 3 browser windows were open, my bank statements, Zach's Instagram, and a timeline I was building in Excel. Not murder, just connecting some dots. It's midnight on a Tuesday, she pressed. What dots need connecting at midnight? I spun my laptop around to show her. See this post? Zach with his Tesla, dated March 15th. Now look at my bank statement from March 12th, a $4,000 emergency transfer because mom said their roof was leaking. Serena leaned forward, wine forgotten. No way. Oh, it gets better. I clicked through more tabs. This is his new condo listing, $450,000. And here's mom's text from last year about dad needing cardiac surgery. Guess what? No surgery. But I sent them $15,000 for medical bills that mysteriously lined up with Zach's down payment timing. Those manipulative pieces of. My phone buzzed. Mom's face lit up my screen. Answer it, Serena whispered. But put it on speaker. I took a deep breath and clicked accept. Hi, Mom. Viviana. Mi amor, thank God you answered. Your father and I are in a terrible situation. Let me guess. I cut in, my voice steady. You need money. Don't be cruel, mija. The property taxes are due in December. It's April. A pause, then, how dare you take that tone with me after everything we've done for you? Everything you've done for me? The laugh that escaped me didn't sound like my own. Or everything I've done for Zach? Dead silence on the other end. Then, what are you talking about? The Tesla, mom, the condo, the Rolex, the vacations. Did you think I wouldn't figure it out? You have a good job. Her voice turned shrill. You owe us. We raised you, educated you, and I paid you back 10 times over, every month for 5 years. But it wasn't enough, was it? You needed me to keep paying while you funded Zach's Instagram lifestyle. You ungrateful little. I hung up. My hands were shaking, but it felt good. Clean. Serena whistled low. That was intense. You okay? Before I could answer, my email pinged. A notification from my bank about a new account statement. Weird, I hadn't opened any new accounts. Hold on, I muttered, clicking the link. This can't be right. What? There's a loan account in my name. $30,000 opened 6 months ago. I scrolled through the details, my stomach dropping. I never authorized this. Serena grabbed her own laptop. Give me your social security number. Why? Because I work in cybersecurity, and we're going to run a credit check right now. 20 minutes later, we stared at the results in horror. 3 credit cards, 2 personal loans, a car lease, all in my name, all opened within the last year. They didn't just lie to you, Serena said quietly. They committed fraud, identity theft. This is criminal. My phone was exploding with texts from mom. Answer your phone. You're breaking my heart. After everything we've sacrificed. Your father is crying. The last one made me laugh, a harsh, broken sound. Dad's crying? Funny how he cries on command whenever they need money. Serena touched my arm. Vivi, this is serious. They could destroy your credit, your career. She was right. I worked in finance. My credit score and reputation were everything. If anyone at my firm found out about these fraudulent accounts, I need to document everything, I said, opening a new folder on my laptop. Every transfer, every text, every loan, every lie. And then what? I thought about mom's laughing voice through the kitchen window, about 5 years of ramen dinners and canceled plans, about the look on Zach's face in his Tesla photo, not just happy, but smug. Then I'm going to make sure everyone knows exactly what they did. I named the folder File 3762, the number from my birth certificate. They used my identity for their games. Now I'm taking it back. Serena was already typing on her phone. My ex Victor works for the Financial Times now. He specializes in fraud exposés. She looked up, eyes gleaming. Want me to make a call? I stared at the growing file of evidence on my screen, at mom's manipulative texts, at the fraudulent loans that could ruin me. 5 years of being the dutiful daughter, the reliable ATM, the obedient fool. Make the call, I said. It's time everyone saw the truth. Victor looked exactly like the kind of journalist who'd take down a family fraud scheme. Rumpled shirt, dark circles under his eyes, and a coffee cup that probably hadn't been washed in days. He spread my documents across his desk, whistling softly. This is comprehensive, he said, flipping through file 3762. Most people who get scammed by family keep messy records, but you've got everything cataloged by date, amount, and type of manipulation, even screenshots of the guilt trip texts. I'm a financial analyst, I replied. Documentation is what I do. He held up a printed Instagram post, Zach lounging on a beach in Bali. This vacation, posted the same week your mom said your dad needed emergency dental work. $7,000 of emergency dental work, I confirmed. Funny how dad's teeth needed fixing exactly when Zach wanted to go island hopping. Serena, who'd been quiet until now, leaned forward. Show him the loan documents, Vivi. Victor's eyebrows shot up as I handed him the credit report. Holy shit, they didn't just manipulate you for cash, they straight up stole your identity. My mother has all my information, social security number, birth certificate, everything. I trusted her. Trust is how they get you. He tapped the papers thoughtfully. But this story, it's not just about family betrayal. It's about financial abuse, identity theft, generational exploitation. The immigrant daughter success story turned nightmare. My throat tightened. Will you publish it? Anonymous source, of course, he said. But yeah, this needs to be told. People need to know how easily family can destroy you financially. My phone buzzed. Another text from mom. Your father's blood pressure is through the roof because of your accusations. If anything happens to him, it's your fault. I showed it to Victor, who took a photo. More evidence of emotional manipulation. They're making it easy for us. Speaking of evidence, Serena cut in, show him what you found last night. I pulled out the property records. They sold a piece of land in my name, property I never owned, never signed for. The signatures are forged. Victor's eyes widened. That's federal fraud territory. Have you contacted the FBI? Not yet. I wanted to get the story out first. Once it's public, they can't sweep it under the rug. Smart. He started typing on his laptop. I'll have the first draft ready in 2 days. But Viviana, he looked up seriously. This will blow up. Your family will know it's you. Are you ready for that? Before I could answer, my phone rang, an unknown number. Hello? Viviana, this is Vanessa from HR. My stomach dropped. Could you come to my office? There's something we need to discuss about your tax forms. I ended the call, hands shaking. My company's HR wants to see me, something about taxes. They must have found the fraudulent accounts, Serena said quietly. Victor was already gathering the documents. Go, deal with work. I'll start writing. But Viviana? He handed me his card. The minute they threaten you, legally, emotionally, whatever, you call me. This story just got bigger. An hour later, I sat across from Vanessa Dixon, watching her frown at her computer screen. These discrepancies, she began carefully. Multiple loans opened in quick succession, credit cards with unusual spending patterns, and tax documents that don't match our records. I can explain. Please do. Because right now it looks like either fraud or money laundering. I took a deep breath and pulled out my copy of File 3762. My family stole my identity. I have the proof, and a journalist is about to break the story. Her expression shifted from suspicion to shock as she read, Oh my god, Viviana, this is. I'm so sorry. Will I lose my job? No. She closed the file firmly. You're the victim here, but you need legal protection. I have a friend who specializes in identity theft cases, pro bono work for financial abuse victims. I can't afford. Pro bono means free. She was already dialing. Hello, Maria. I have a case you need to see. Family identity theft, looking at around 100,000 in damages. As Vanessa talked, my phone lit up with a text from Victor. Story draft done. It's strong. Ready when you are. Another text popped up from Mom. We're coming to New York tomorrow. This disrespect ends now. I showed both messages to Vanessa, who covered the phone receiver. Don't meet them. Not without a lawyer present. This isn't just about money anymore. They're trying to control the narrative. I thought about all the times they'd controlled my narrative, my money, my life. Tell Victor to publish it, I said, my voice steady. Tomorrow morning, before they get here. It's time everyone saw who they really are. Vanessa nodded, a fierce look in her eyes. Maria, how fast can you file an emergency protection order? The wheels were in motion. By this time tomorrow, my family's perfect facade would shatter, and for once I wasn't worried about picking up the pieces. The article went live at 6 a.m. By 7, my phone was a war zone of notifications. By 8, when I walked into my parents' hotel lobby, their family fraud was trending on Twitter. Miss? The receptionist looked uncertain. Those people you mentioned? They're in the restaurant. I nodded, straightening my blazer. Maria, my lawyer, touched my arm. Remember, don't admit to the article. Don't sign anything. Don't let them isolate you. They were easy to spot. Mom was gesturing wildly, Dad stared into his coffee, and Zach scrolled through his phone with a scowl. Perfect little family coming apart at the seams. Viviana! Mom stood up, arms outstretched. Mi amor! Sit down, I said quietly. This isn't a reunion. How dare you take that tone? Mrs. Gonzalez, Maria cut in smoothly. I'm Maria Rivera, your daughter's attorney. Shall we discuss the unauthorized loans taken in her name? Mom's face went from loving to livid in seconds. Attorney? You brought a lawyer to a family breakfast? Family? I laughed. Is that what you call people you steal from? Dad finally looked up. Mija, please, we can explain everything. Explain what? The forged signatures, the fake medical emergencies, or how about the property you sold in my name? Zach slammed his phone down. Have you seen what's happening online? Some journalist wrote about our family. We're being destroyed on social media. That's your concern? I pulled out the loan documents. I could go to jail because of the fraud you committed, and you're worried about your Instagram comments? Fraud? Mom's voice rose. We're your parents. Everything we did was for this family. You mean for him? I pointed at Zach. The Tesla, the condo, the vacations, all funded by my sacrifices and stolen identity. Your brother needed. I needed dental surgery. I needed an apartment without roaches. I needed to not eat ramen for 5 years while you funded his lifestyle. The restaurant had gone quiet. Other diners were staring. Lower your voice, Dad whispered. People are watching. Good. I met his eyes. Let them watch. Let them see exactly what you did. He crumpled, suddenly looking old. We we did sell that property. We thought you wouldn't notice. Your brother needed the down payment for his condo and what? You decided theft was easier than telling him no? It wasn't theft, Mom hissed. We're family. Everything belongs to all of us. Maria pulled out her tablet. Actually, Mrs. Gonzalez, identity theft within families is still a federal crime. Would you like to see the statutes? We don't need to see anything. Mom stood up, trembling. Viviana, if you don't drop this ridiculous crusade right now, you are no longer our daughter. Think carefully about your next move. I stood too, feeling strangely calm. My next move? Check your email. The FBI's Financial Crimes Unit would like to speak with you about the forged property documents. They're very interested in family fraud cases. You wouldn't, Zach whispered. I already did, this morning. I picked up my bag. Oh, and Zach? Those loans you took out in my name? They're being investigated too. Hope the Tesla was worth it. You evil, ungrateful. Mom started forward, but Maria stepped between us. Mrs. Gonzalez, that's enough. Any further harassment will be added to the restraining order application. Restraining order? Dad's voice cracked. Viviana, please, we're your parents. We only wanted to help Zach have a better future. I finished. I heard you the first 100 times, but what about my future? The one you destroyed? My phone buzzed. Vanessa from HR. Board meeting emergency. They saw the article. Need you here ASAP to discuss impact on company reputation. I have to go, I said, gathering my things. My career, the one that funded your schemes, needs saving. If you walk away now, Mom called after me, don't ever come back. I turned at the restaurant entrance. They looked small suddenly. Mom with her self righteous anger, Dad with his convenient weakness, Zach with his entitled scowl. 5 years of power over me, broken by truth. Don't worry, I said. I won't. Outside, Maria touched my shoulder. You okay? I watched through the window as Mom collapsed into dramatic sobs, as Dad patted her hand, as Zach returned to his phone, probably checking his crumbling social media empire. No, I answered honestly, but I will be. My phone buzzed again, a text from Victor. Stories exploding, national outlets picking it up. You started a conversation about financial abuse in families. People are coming forward with their own stories. I took one last look at my family, still playing their roles in their private drama, but I didn't have a part in that play anymore. I had a board meeting to attend, a reputation to defend, and a future to reclaim. Let's go, I told Maria. I have other battles to fight now. The article has over 2 million views, Victor said, scrolling through analytics on his laptop. Reddit, TikTok, Twitter, it's everywhere. A family fraud and toxic parents are still trending. We sat in Serena's living room, surrounded by takeout containers and open laptops. 3 days had passed since the confrontation at the hotel. Look at these comments, Serena pointed to her screen. My parents did the same thing with my student loans. My sister stole my identity and mom covered it up. You've started a movement, Vivi. My phone pinged with another notification. Great, mom's trying to tell her side of the story on Facebook. Victor leaned over to read. My ungrateful daughter has twisted our love into something ugly. Everything we did was for family. Now she's destroyed her brother's career and broken her mother's heart. Classic Darvo, Maria said from the couch. Deny, attack, reverse victim and offender. Your mother's playing straight from the manipulator's handbook. Another notification popped up. Zach had posted a video. Oh, this should be good, Serena muttered, hitting play. My brother's tear streaked face filled the screen. Guys, I know you've all seen that article, but please hear me out. I never knew where the money came from. My parents said they had savings. Liar, I whispered. He literally thanked Mom for getting the money from me. And now I might lose everything, my job, my car, my home, all because my sister decided to get revenge. That's not revenge, Victor interrupted. That's consequences. My phone rang. Vanessa from HR. The board made their decision, she said when I answered. They're keeping you on. Your documentation and transparency saved your position. But, they want you to make a public statement. Distance the company from the scandal. I put her on speaker. What kind of statement? Professional, firm, no emotional language. Focus on being a victim of identity theft who took legal action. Don't mention family dynamics. Maria nodded approvingly. That's smart. Keep it about the financial crimes, not the family drama. After hanging up, I checked my email. 20 new messages from relatives. How could you do this to your parents? Family matters should stay private. Your poor brother's reputation is ruined. They're all taking their side, I said, closing the laptop. Every single one. Because you broke the cardinal rule, Serena replied. Never expose family secrets. My phone lit up with a text from Mom. If you don't retract this story and apologize publicly, we'll sue you for defamation. Everything we did was legal. We're your parents. We had authority. Maria grabbed my phone and took a screenshot. Perfect. More evidence of attempting to cover up fraud. Keep these coming, Mrs. Gonzalez. Victor's phone buzzed. Oh, this is interesting. Your brother's company just released a statement. They're parting ways due to recent revelations about financial impropriety. Translation: They fired him for being a fraud. Serena smirked. Another notification, a message from Dad. Your mother's in the hospital. Stress attack. Are you happy now? Before I could respond, Maria took my phone. Don't engage. They're trying to provoke an emotional response they can use against you. Look at this, Victor said suddenly, turning his laptop. A new article had popped up. Financial abuse in families, a hidden epidemic. The piece cited my story and included interviews with experts on familial identity theft. The comments section was flooding with similar stories. You're not alone, Serena said softly. You just said what everyone else was afraid to say. My phone pinged again, a video message from Mom. Against Maria's advice, I played it. Mom's face appeared, tears streaming. How could you do this? After everything we sacrificed? Your father can't sleep. Zach lost his job. Our neighbors won't talk to us. The shame you've brought on this family. Notice how it's all about their suffering, Maria observed. Not a word about what they did to you. The comments on her Facebook are brutal, Serena reported. Toxic mother gets exposed. Financial abuser plays victim. They're not buying her act. Victor's phone buzzed. CNN wants to interview you. Anonymous, of course, voice distorted, identity protected. I stared at Mom's paused video, her tearful face frozen mid manipulation. For years, those tears had controlled me, guilted me, emptied my bank account. Tell CNN yes, I said, but not anonymous. Not anymore. Are you sure? Maria asked. Once you show your face, there's no going back. Another text from mom. If you continue this vendetta, you'll regret it. Family is forever. I looked at the message, then at the supportive faces around me, my chosen family, the ones who stood by me when blood family became bloodsuckers. Family is forever? I clicked reply. Watch me end forever in one interview. The CNN studio lights felt hot on my face as the anchor Diana leaned forward with practiced sympathy. So, Viviana, what made you finally decide to come forward? I gripped the water glass they'd given me. Finding out my father's medical emergency was actually my brother's Tesla payment. 5 years of lies crashed down in one moment. And the loans? The identity theft? Over $90,000. I pulled out my phone, showing the banking app. That's not counting the property they sold in my name or the credit cards. Your parents claim they had authority as family. They didn't, Maria cut in from beside me. Parental authority doesn't extend to forging signatures or committing federal fraud. The interview aired live. Somewhere, my family was watching their carefully constructed lies unravel on national television. My phone vibrated. Dad calling. I declined it. Your brother recently posted a video claiming innocence. Diana continued. How do you respond? I have texts proving he knew. I handed over screenshots. Here's him thanking our mother for convincing Vivi to help with the down payment. That was a month I canceled my dental work to send money home. The producer signaled for a close up of the texts. Zach's smug words filled the screen. LOL, can't believe she fell for the roof repair story again. Diana's expression hardened. This seems less like family helping family and more like systematic exploitation. That's exactly what it was. I straightened in my chair. They used my love as a weapon against me? The studio door burst open. Mom stormed in, Dad trailing behind her. Cut the cameras! She screamed. This is family business! Security moved forward, but Diana held up a hand. Mrs. Gonzalez, you're interrupting a live broadcast. I'm stopping my daughter from destroying our family. Mom turned to me, tears already flowing. Mija, please, your father's heart is fine, I finished. Just like it was fine when you said he needed surgery, but bought Zach a Rolex instead. The cameras swiveled between us, millions watching, no place to hide. Everything we did was for family, she sobbed. No. I stood up. Everything you did was for Zach. I was just the ATM. You ungrateful Mrs. Gonzalez, Maria interrupted. Every word you say is being recorded. Would you like to explain the forged property documents on live television? Mom's face changed. The tears vanished. You think you've won? We'll sue you for every penny. We'll tell everyone what an awful daughter you are. You'll what? I pulled out more papers. Contest the fraud charges. The FBI has these too. Bank records, forged signatures, fake loan applications. Want to explain those to the viewers? Dad stepped forward. Viviana, please. We can fix this privately. Like you fixed it when I confronted you at the hotel? Or when mom threatened to sue me? Or when Zach tried to play victim on social media? Diana's voice cut through. Mr. Gonzalez, did you knowingly participate in defrauding your daughter? He stammered. I, we, it wasn't fraud. We're family. Family doesn't steal identity, I said quietly. Family doesn't exploit love for profit. Family doesn't destroy someone's financial future for another child's luxury cars. Security finally reached them. Mom struggled as they led her out, screaming, After everything we did for you! What did you do for me? I called after her. Besides, steal my money, ruin my credit, and lie to my face for 5 years? The studio fell silent. Dad looked at me one last time before following Mom out. Well, Diana said after a moment, that was unexpected. My phone buzzed with a text from Zach. You've ruined everything. Hope you're happy. I showed it to the camera. See? Still no acknowledgement. No apology. Just blame. What happens now? Diana asked. Maria answered. The FBI investigation continues. Civil suits for damages, and a restraining order hearing next week. And personally? Diana turned to me. I thought about mom's tears, dad's weakness, Zach's entitlement, about 5 years of sacrifice for people who saw love as a transaction. I'm done, I said simply. Done being guilty, done being manipulated, done being the family ATM. They can find another victim. Any message for viewers in similar situations? I looked directly into the camera, thinking of all the comments, all the people sharing their own stories of family financial abuse. Check your credit report, save your evidence, and remember real family doesn't steal from you, real family doesn't exploit you, and real family certainly doesn't destroy your future to fund someone else's luxury lifestyle. As we wrapped up, my phone lit up with messages of support, but one caught my eye from Vanessa at HR. Board watched the interview. They're impressed with your professionalism. London office transfer approved if you want it. Fresh start. I smiled. Maybe it was time for a new chapter, one where family meant chosen family and love didn't come with a price tag. The courthouse hallway buzzed with tension. My parents sat on one bench, Zach on another, all avoiding eye contact. Maria reviewed documents beside me while Serena squeezed my hand. Civil court was the right choice, Maria murmured. Faster than criminal proceedings, and the burden of proof is lower. They're still claiming parental authority? I asked. Your mother is. Your father. She nodded toward Dad, who looked like he'd aged a decade. He's willing to testify about the fraud. Mom's head snapped up. Antonio, don't you dare! A bailiff appeared. All parties in the Gonzalez financial fraud case, please enter. The courtroom felt smaller than I'd imagined. Judge Patterson, a stern faced woman in her 60s, studied the paperwork. Quite the media circus you've created, she noted. Let's see if the evidence matches the headlines. Maria stepped forward. Your Honor, we have documented proof of systematic financial abuse spanning 5 years, bank records, forged documents, text messages showing intent to deceive. Mom's lawyer interrupted. Your Honor, this is a family matter that's been grossly mischaracterized. Parents have certain rights. Parents have rights, Judge Patterson cut in. Identity theft isn't one of them. Continue, counselor. I took the stand first. The familiar documents projected onto a screen bank transfers, loan applications, property deeds. Walk us through March 15th, Maria said. My mother called crying about Dad's emergency dental surgery. I transferred $7,000. I pointed to the bank statement. 3 days later, my brother posted photos from his Bali vacation. Objection! Mom's lawyer called. Instagram posts aren't evidence. The timestamps and bank records align perfectly, Maria countered, as do Mr. Gonzalez's dental records showing no procedures that month. Judge Patterson leaned forward. Mr. Gonzalez, did you receive dental treatment in March? Dad stood slowly. No, Your Honor. The money, it went to Zach's vacation. Antonio! Mom shrieked. How dare you? I'm tired of lying, Dad said quietly. Tired of watching our daughter suffer while we spoiled our son. Zach jumped up. Dad, shut up! You're ruining everything! Order! Judge Patterson banged her gavel. Mr. Gonzalez, please continue. Dad's testimony spilled out. The fake medical emergencies, the forged signatures, the property sale. With each revelation, Mom's face grew darker. And the loans? The judge pressed. Julia, Your Honor, my wife handled those. She had Viviana's social security card, her birth certificate, which were stolen from my apartment, I added, during a surprise visit last year. Maria presented the credit reports. Multiple loans and credit cards, all opened without my client's knowledge or consent, total damages exceeding $120,000. That money was for family, Mom burst out. Viviana had a good job. She owed us. Judge Patterson's eyes narrowed. Mrs. Gonzalez, are you admitting to knowingly committing identity theft? Mom's lawyer tried to intervene, but she was on a roll. We raised her. We sacrificed everything. She had money while her brother struggled. Her brother? The judge interrupted, who posted about his new Tesla the same week you claimed to need money for life saving medication? Zach slumped in his seat as his social media posts appeared on screen the car, the condo, the vacations, all timestamped to match my emergency transfers. Given the overwhelming evidence, Judge Patterson declared, this court finds in favor of the plaintiff. All fraudulent loans are to be transferred to the defendant's names, damages of $120,000 to be paid in restitution. She turned to my parents. Additionally, I'm issuing a restraining order. No contact, no social media harassment, no financial access. And Mr. Zachary Gonzalez? My brother looked up. The FBI has questions about your role in this fraud. I suggest you get a good lawyer. Mom collapsed in theatrical sobs. Dad just nodded, looking relieved it was over. Outside the courthouse, reporters waited. Mom pushed through them, screaming about appeals and ungrateful children. Zach skulked away, already on his phone, probably calling his influencer friends for help. Dad approached me alone. Mija, I'm sorry. I know it's not enough, but you're right. I cut him off. It's not enough. 5 years, Dad. You watched me struggle for 5 years and said nothing. I was weak, he whispered. But testifying today, it was the first strong thing I've done in years. Good for you. I turned away. But I'm done being strong for all of you. Serena appeared with my coat. Ready? The car's waiting. Car? Dad asked. I'm taking the London transfer, I told him. New city, new start, no toxic family drama. His face crumpled. Will we ever see you again? I thought about the years of lies, the stolen money, the betrayal masked as love. That depends on you, all of you, but for now, I need distance that can't be measured in dollars. The reporters surged forward as we left, but I had nothing left to say. The court had spoken, the truth had won, and somewhere across the ocean a new life waited, one where family meant more than an ATM code. Welcome to London, Miss Financial Analyst. Sabrina's face beamed from my laptop screen during our weekly video chat. How's the new flat? I panned my camera around the sunny Notting Hill apartment. Small but perfect, and completely paid for by my own money. Any word from the family? Mom's still posting dramatic Facebook updates about her ungrateful daughter. I scrolled through my phone. Dad sends occasional emails, mostly apologies and updates about therapy. Zach's influencer career tanked after the fraud charges. Speaking of charges, Serena leaned closer to her camera. Did you see the support group you inspired? Children of Financial Abuse has over 20,000 members now. A notification popped up on my screen, an email from Victor. Story follow up getting massive response. Publishers interested in a book deal. Call me. A book? Serena squealed. Girl, you have to do it. Maybe. I sipped my tea. Proper English breakfast tea now, not the cheap bags I used to ration. But first, look at this. I held up a letter from my bank. My credit score had finally recovered, climbing back to where it belonged after the fraud alerts were cleared. You did it, Serena said softly. You really did it. My doorbell rang. Hold on, that's my delivery. I opened the door to find a courier with a thick envelope. Legal documents from Maria. The final restitution payment had cleared. Mom and Dad had sold their house to cover the court ordered damages. Back at my laptop, I showed Serena the papers. They actually paid. I never thought they would. What about the restraining order? Still in place. Though Dad's therapist reached out, asking if I'd consider family counseling. Will you? I looked around my apartment, at the art I'd bought because I wanted it, the fresh flowers I could now afford, the savings account that was finally growing. Not yet, maybe not ever. I'm learning that forgiveness doesn't always mean reconciliation. My phone buzzed with a text from Vanessa. Board meeting tomorrow? Your proposal for a financial literacy program targeting family fraud? They love it. You're presenting at 9. Look at you, Serena grinned, turning pain into purpose. Speaking of purpose, I opened my laptop's camera roll. Remember that dream board I made 5 years ago? The one I had to abandon because of all the family emergencies? The old photo showed a collage, travel plans, career goals, a down payment fund for my own home, all sacrificed for Zach's luxuries. Time to make a new one? Already did. I held up my new board. Similar dreams, but with one key difference. Every goal was for me. My email pinged, a message from a woman named Rebecca. Your story saved my life. I was sending money to my parents while my sister lived in luxury. After seeing your CNN interview, I checked my credit, found 3 unauthorized loans. Thank you for showing me I wasn't alone. These messages never stop coming, I told Serena. Every day, someone new discovers their family's financial abuse. Because you spoke up. You showed them the way out. My banking app notification flashed. Automatic savings transfer complete. No guilt, no emergency calls, no manipulation. Just my money, building my future. Remember what mom used to say? I asked Serena. Family is forever? Hard to forget. She screamed it in court. Well, she was right. Family is forever. But we get to choose which forever we want. I opened my calendar, filled with plans that were all mine: therapy sessions, investment meetings, weekend trips to Paris. No more putting my life on hold for others' greed. The funny thing is, I continued, I'm actually grateful now. Not for the fraud or theft, but for the wake up call. I needed to learn that love shouldn't cost your future. Serena wiped her eyes. Damn, write that down for your book. Another email arrived from Dad. I understand if you never forgive us, but I want you to know I'm proud of you, not despite what you did, but because of it. You showed more strength than I ever did. I marked it read, but didn't reply. Some bridges need time before rebuilding, if they're rebuilt at all. Hey, Serena, I said, watching London's sunset through my window. Remember when I thought I owed them because I was surviving? While they drained your survival dry? Yeah, I finally figured it out. I survived because I stopped owing anyone, except myself. My phone lit up with another message from a stranger sharing their story of family financial abuse. Another person finding their voice, their strength, their way out. I opened my laptop to reply, thinking how strange it was that my family's betrayal had led to this: a community of survivors, a purpose born from pain, and a freedom that felt like finally coming home to myself. They wanted an ATM daughter. They got a warrior instead, and that was a trade I'd make any day.